I moved around so much growing up. We were never stable. A home was something I dreamed of, but never knew if it was something I would be able to achieve. Because, to be honest, all the odds were against me. Sometimes, impulsive decisions can be a great thing, and here I am standing inside of mine. I've said this before, and I'm going to say it again. This journey of mine is never easy, and I will not expect it to be. I made the biggest purchase of my life at 22 years old, and now is the time to allow all my hard work to start paying off. I look at real estate and truck driving as a gold mine, and being a truck driver has funded all of my ideas for me. I put around $8,000 down as a down payment and was able to get a FHA loan at the time. FHA is for people who don't or can't put 15 to 30% down as a down payment, and people who have a average or below average credit score. The only stipulation was I had to live in the house for a year before I could rent it out. After being in the house for over a year, I fell in love with it. Overall, the house was good to me, and I really felt like I accomplished a lot. After time though, I got tired of seeing neighbors, paying HOA fees, having no real privacy, and not being able to play music at any time because of the noise ordinance law. When I did have contractors come to the house when I wasn't home, my annoying neighbor harassed the workers. My first property began to irritate me, so I came up with a game plan. The hardest part was unattaching my feelings from the house. Letting go of something that was earned is 1,000 times harder than letting go of something that was given to you. I know that sacrifice comes before success, and I remind myself when I catch myself slipping. I jumped into this property not even knowing if I was going to be able to afford it because my faith was bigger than my fears. I told myself I have nothing to lose and everything to gain. I opened my mind instead of opening my mouth. I signed the mortgage contract knowing that I wasn't going to go through displacement and living rough anymore. I waited 2 years after purchasing my property to refinance it for a lower monthly payment and a better interest rate. I'm learning as I go, so things will be smoother going forward, I'm sure of it. Now is not the time to whine and cry over spilled milk. I'm cleaning it up and pouring me another glass. I've been told I worry a lot about too much stuff, but that was never true. I'm constantly thinking about getting to the next level in life. I want to live, not just keep surviving like everyone else I know. Here I am, cleaning my house. One of the last times I'll ever be in it by myself, alone. 2 years of memories, good and bad. I moved in by myself, and here I have moved out by myself. Another bittersweet moment for me, and I'm overwhelmed with emotions because of the unknown. I pray this part of my journey will be prosperous. The cheap route is not always the best route. I've learned through this process I will be more hands-on with all of my properties and, most importantly, available. I know that it will be a challenge because I'm busy making the money to fund these projects, and I really don't have the time or really can rely on people. The journey is real, y'all. I had the downstairs popcorn ceiling removed, new paint job inside and outside of the home. I had a brand new Armana HVAC unit installed. The cold washing machine pipe was leaking, so the O-ring got replaced. The house has all new plumbing in all bathrooms and the kitchen. I purchased the tile and laminate throughout the whole house. There is no carpet, and I updated all the countertops in the house to granite. I also had a fence built in the back for additional privacy and I upgraded all the light fixtures and mirrors to a more modern look. I put down laminate floors because a lot of people have pets and people tend to have accidents as well. I had these renovations done while I lived in the house and when I decided to move out. The goal is to have passive income, and this is just one way to create it. I feel like trucking is supposed to fund other projects. Funding all the renovations for my property was not cheap at all. The house, when I purchased it, was in its original state from 34 years ago, by the way. Here are some additional pictures of my beautiful first property. Let's just take a moment to enjoy the view. I've worked very hard for this property to look the way it does. I felt like taking care of all the issues of the house up front will save me the huge headache from happening later on. God has been more than great to me, and hopefully I can give back more in the future because I really do believe life is not just about taking. It's about giving back as well. Buying property in the right location is very important too, because the value will appreciate over time even more. The people that I know pay rent, and I've never heard any one of them tell me that their rent was decreasing, only increasing. So why invest into another person's pockets when you can invest into your own and see the gains instantly? Life is about results and solutions. Making excuses and procrastinating doesn't solve anything. Real estate is something I love to talk about because someone is always going to need a place to lay their head at. Real estate can be hard to get into if you reside in places that are major cities and tourist areas. That's one of the reasons why I left New York, but I will always be a city girl. I appreciate the country life. I'm working on getting quite a few acres behind my name, but I'm not in a rush. I rushed into this house and I made quite a few unnecessary mistakes. So now I don't take shortcuts anymore when it comes to business. When a person does take a shortcut, it's not always a good move. It can be devastating as shooting yourself in your own foot. I look at my life as a puzzle and I'm enjoying putting every single piece together. This property represents me and everything I stand for. Quality over quantity, honey. Quality is not expensive, it is priceless. When I take on new tasks, I'm racing myself to the finish line and I'm still paying attention to every little detail. I'm getting better with time. Being beautiful on the outside doesn't last a lifetime. I do what I have to do now while I have the energy, so I'll have less worries later in life. It's called setting up a foundation, regardless if I will be blessed with a husband or child in life. The best part of my life is I know where I'm going and I know how to get there. Until next time, you guys, Coco's Journey.